time, we are back!
I'm Cyu, the Cyborg Cyu, and today we are reacting to Genshin Impact. Oh my god, we're reacting to Genshin Impact, and this happened because we crossed 500,000 subs on YouTube. I did say that we would start reacting to things, starting to slowly work our way through Genshin Impact, and here we are. Look, chat, look, Primo Gem, Primo Gem, Primo Gem. Huh? I'll give you this Primo Gem if you like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out live on twitch.tv/Cyyuvtuber. Huh? Primo Gem? Anyway, today, because it's been such a long time, and because I'm so out of the loop of Genshin Impact, because it's been a year, I will be slowly reacting to trailers, character trailers, even the Natlan stuff, but we will eventually play Natlan before we go into 6.0. But don't worry, first we got to do this. This is a video by Meanslift. Shout out to Meanslift. They did the entire Genshin Impact story so far, recap up to Natlan 5.0. To give you an idea, this video was posted August 25th, 2024. We're off by almost a full month. It's a full month and 4 days. And then it would have been a year. So anyway, shout out to Meanslift, and let's watch.
This video will be a quick recap of the entire story of Genshin Impact.
Great, because I don't remember half of it.
5.0. I'll be uploading summaries of the Natlan Archon quests as they release, but for now, if you needed a quick refresher on what's happened so far, then here it is. The story starts with our favorite little extraterrestrials, Traveler and their sibling, who descended to the strange land of Teyvat in the form of a falling star.
Because the space
stopped and separated by an entity that calls herself the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles. More
Actually, she's, now, because of the recent lore video, we know that she's the one about fucking...
What is it, space? I feel like I need to rewatch the video I just watched the other day.
Only known as the Unknown God. A seal was apparently placed on Traveler, causing them to lose their power. After being separated from...
Alright. That's inappropriate for Genshin Impact. Nick Kirby, you need to leave. Vacate the premises, please.
Undetermined number of years, Traveler is now in Mondstadt with a floating fairy called Pine who acts as their travel guide and teaches them all they need to know about the world of Teyvat. The 7 nations of Teyvat are all ruled by the 7 Archons, gods chosen by a divine hierarchy known as Celestia to rule.
Shout out to Farina, the best one! Zhongli's alright.
Over the lands and their respective elements. Visions are items used as conduits for elemental power. These visions are granted to select few people in Teyvat by the celestial deities.
Oh,
it's
God.
said that vision holders might have the chance to become gods
Dude,
themselves.
I finally learned all of their names!
Celestia. Just note that Archons themselves don't give visions, because they're apparently the bottom of the barrel when it comes to divine hierarchy.
Damn, they're trash.
The takeaway from this is that Celestia is scary. The first of the 7 nations is Mondstadt, which worships the animal Archon Barbados.
I think that's gonna happen to me every time.
The Archon Barbados has taken a more hands-off approach in ruling. So although
Just
the
casually
city
trying
has
to
an
eat me.
entire church and religion that actively worships him, Barbados is relatively absent. The Knights
Yeah,
of Favonius
like my dad.
functions as Mondstadt's
That's not true, Chad. I'm sorry.
leading authority, with Jean as the acting Grandmaster, while Grandmaster Varka is away on an undisclosed expedition.
Oh, right! We still haven't seen this asshole! Sorry.
Mondstadt's major crisis is that a dragon named Storm
Right? You still haven't seen him, right?
Terror has unleashed violent windstorms.
We're watching a summary,
threatening to
Cloud
destroy the city.
Case.
The Knights of Favonius
Yes, we have. Don't you fucking lie. If you guys are talking about leaks, stop it.
Storm Terror has unleashed violent windstorms threatening to destroy the city.
Oh yeah,
The
when
Knights of
Dvalin was
Favonius have a
quote-unquote
plan,
evil.
And as an honorary knight, Traveler is compelled to help. The plan is to cut off Storm Terror's power supply, which are crystals located in Mondstadt's major temples. But there's an issue. Storm Terror's real name is Dvalin, and
Correct.
contrary to current belief, Dvalin
knew
was
that.
actually a good dragon, who's even one of the 4 legendary protectors of Mondstadt. So what turned him evil? 500 years ago, Teyvat faced a worldwide crisis known as the Cataclysm.
Cataclysm!
The nation of
Sorry.
Kharia fell, and abyssal creatures
Every time I hear
ran
Cataclysm,
rampant,
I think of
destroying
Miraculous
everything in
Ladybug.
sight. A wicked dragon named Durin attacked Mondstadt,
Oh,
prompting the enemy
yeah!
Archon Barbados and
Oh
dragging
my
Dvalin
God,
to fight
Durin?
back. Durin is successfully killed by Dvalin's fatal bite to his throat.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that Durin was the one that caused that rampage, and the fact that we get him later on in a fucking summer event is crazy.
But Dvalin inadvertently swallows Durin's poisonous blood.
Ew!
After the battle, Dvalin hibernates and returns to Mondstadt centuries later. However, with his honorable deeds forgotten, the people of Mondstadt cowered in fear. Dvalin retreats in betrayal and pain, which exacerbates the effects of the poisonous blood in his body.
So true.
Now subject to the call of the abyss, Dvalin seeks revenge on Mondstadt. The only way to stop him is to purify the abyssal corruption in his blood. Conveniently, a mysterious bard named Venti seems to know how to do it. After stealing the legendary Liyue
forgot
Hemo,
so
a
much
tool
of this.
belonging to the Animo Archon, the group heads to Star Snatch Cliff to summon and purify Dvalin, but their plans are thwarted by an Abyss Mage. This Abyss Mage is from a nefarious faction known as the Abyss Order, which
Ugly
seeks
bastard.
to destroy the Seven Nations out of revenge for the fall of Conria, the kingdom that fell during the Cataclysm 500 years ago. Traveler and the group go to
I really
Solitary
appreciate these
Glare and
videos.
manage to free Dvalin from his abyssal corruption and from the Abyss Order. All's well that ends well, or so it seems, until a Fatui harbinger named La Signora steals a Gnosis from Venti.
Can we talk real quick? I know this was back in what, 2020? Maybe 20, yeah, right? 2020? Bro, God, Genshin has come far. Cause this looks so different. Like the textures, bro, even Signora's like title card looks like something out of Borderlands. Like,
Or so it seems, until a Fatui
bro, look at that! Look at that! La Signora, the fair lady, the 8th of the 11 Fatui. They never do this with any other character. Ever again.
harbinger named La Signora steals a Gnosis from Venti. Venti is actually the Animo Archon Barbados in disguise, and this
Who would've
Gnosis
thought?
was a device used by the Archons to tap into the powers of Celestia. La Signora comes from a faction known as the Fatui, which is based in Snezhnaya, Tevat's nation of ice, led by the Cryo Archon, the Tsaritsa.
Can't wait. Can't wait to see what the Tsaritsa looks like. Also, chat. Shout out to my model freezing. That's not what I was going to say. Don't worry, guys. I know how to fix this. I'm a PNG tuber. Hey, how's it going, guys? See, I told you. The moment I start PNG tubing, it fixes it. Hey, guys. My model froze again. Damn it. Every time I want to do my dumb bit. Anyway. I don't even know what I was going to say. Oh, right. Are we still waiting for Signora to be playable? Guys. You still waiting on that? Playable Signora? Is that meme dead? Anyway.
The Fatui's motive is
I feel like such an old fucking man being like, is that one still around? I feel like the way I feel is how I feel like Genshin players are gonna feel in 10 years when they're introducing the second story. And it's like, back in my day, fucking Sino was making these terrible jokes. Now we got Saigo making jokes. I don't know, dude. I'm not clever with this bullshit. I don't know what they're gonna call the new person. It's like, yes, Lafufu making all the new dad jokes instead of Sino. 10 years ago, it was my General Mahamatra. Now it's the General Fafafafa.
is to gain control of all the Archon's powers by collecting their Gnosis. Mondstadt is actually one of the few places to have history
Also,
with
the Wandering
Natlan.
Lotus thing for the
According to
Gate
the Genshin webcomics, 1,000 years ago, a tribe from Natlan was enslaved by the Lawrence clan, who took advantage of Barbados' absence and ruled Mondstadt as tyrants. The
Damn.
Natlan hero Vanessa, with the help of Barbados, would free Mondstadt from the aristocracy, and she
Now, genuine question, chat. This is a question I have, and feel free to spoil. Does any of this get brought up in Natlan? Does any of this stuff get... No! Ah, God! No! Damn! But that was what people wanted. Anyway.
She would later become one of Mondstadt's legendary protectors, the Falcon of the West of the Four Winds. Vanessa
Damn,
would
Sun
also become
Wukong?
one of only 2 people in recorded history to ever
Falcon of
ascend
the
to
West.
Celestia, the other being Guhua from Liyue. To briefly recap Mondstadt's story,
Okay.
the situation with Dvalin has been resolved. The
Hooray!
Windstones have disappeared, and Dvalin is no longer a vengeful dragon. Mondstadt is more or less the same as it was prior to Dvalin's
Same as it ever
rampage.
was.
The Animal Archon is still relatively absent, allowing the people of Mondstadt to live
Thanks,
in
Dad.
freedom, and things appear to be peaceful
Right,
so
their
far.
freedom.
The Fatui have 1 out of 7 Gnosis. Just a quick note, even though the Fatui operate under the orders of the Cryo Archon, we don't really know the state of the Cryognosis. So until we
That's
reach
fair.
Snezhnaya and know for sure, the Cryognosis won't be counted just yet. Okay,
Natlan
we
isn't
helped
done
out
yet,
Mondstadt,
though.
so sure
Don't we have like a single patch? Don't we have a single patch of Natlan, and you guys are claiming it's like, well, they could touch upon it in that last one. Anyway,
surely we'll have some information on where we can find our sibling, right? You know, the sibling we lost in the beginning of the story.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
The
about them.
reason we're on this journey in the first place. A weekend Venti unfortunately has no clue where the sibling is, but encourages Traveler and Paimon to visit Liyue, the nation led by the Geo Archon. Once every year, the Geo Archon descends during the rite
I don't
of
remember
Ascension,
Genshin
a
looking
ceremony where the Geo Archon himself
this
descends
lacking in
his dragon
textures.
form to give his
I feel like this is the
predictions on
mobile
business
version.
trends that will shape the UA's economy for the year. So surely, if we catch a Geo Archon, he'll have some information on our sibling, right? The UA is considered the most prosperous nation in all of
thanks, Miguel.
Teyvat, and it's also where Mora, the global currency, is minted via the
No,
power
it
of the
was this
Geo
bad.
Gnosis.
That's
The
crazy.
nation is under the rule of Rex Lapis, the Geo Archon, and
Yeah,
God of
my boy
Contracts, and
Zhongli.
the governing bodies include the Adepti and the Qixing. The Adepti are illuminated beasts and gods elected by Rex Lapis, while the Qixing is a committee made up of 7 business leaders who implement the policies laid out by Rex Lapis. The Adepti and the Qixing disagree with the way the UA's affairs are being handled. Adepti believe humans are too weak to fend for themselves, and the
Pathetic
Qixing
humans!
believe humans are actually self-sufficient without the
Oh.
Adepti. Ningguang
I just remembered the criminal. Sorry, chat. To bring it back, if I have to reminisce, you guys have to reminisce. The criminal, the audacity that they did to these NPCs, their human models, bro. I'll never forget what you did. I'll never forget. I will never forget what you did to these two.
Ningguang is the member of the Qixing selected to perform this year's Rite of Descension.
Yeah,
She's
Rite of
the owner
Descension.
the luxurious jade chamber you see floating in the sky.
God, that art,
Unfortunately,
Jesus.
this year, Rex Lapis descends dead, and due to
Damn, that is what happened. Fuck. Unfortunately, this year, he descends dead. He died. Remember the Ascension? Nope, it's Descension. To hell. Because that's where he is now.
chamber you see floating in the sky. Unfortunately, this year, Rex Lapis descends dead, and due to being a foreigner, Traveler is suspected of his murder.
What?
Traveler
That's
is
so
the child of
racist.
Fatui Harbinger. Ningguang has suspicions of the
That's so
Fatui
crazy.
idea to cause mass hysteria. With Rex Lapis dead, a government restructure is definitely needed. So the Fatui are here to cast
And the
doubt on
worst
the
part is, it's
citizens,
just a
cause
prank.
panic, and while everyone's distracted, snatch the Geonosis from Rex Lapis's heavily guarded body.
Is it crazy to say I still don't find child hot in any way, shape, or form? Like, is that just me? Because I know that people are like, child. I never found him attractive. And I'll give you a lot, and I will agree with a bunch of other characters. I don't agree with child.
Zhongli is a consultant of the Wangsheng funeral parlor and is tasked with giving Rex Lapis a proper burial. Traveler assists Zhongli and procures special items for the
He's
funeral
boy band
ceremony.
cute. I'll give you that. I will 100. That is the most accurate depiction of child. I love how this is all a synopsis of like a summary of what we're supposed to be doing, and I'm over here just cracking jokes of like, oh yeah, I remember this. But yeah, I will give you boy band cute for child, 100%.
Lapis a proper burial.
Zhongli,
Traveler
fine
assists
as fuck.
Zhongli and procures special items for the funeral ceremony known as the Rite of Parting. As Ningguang predicted, the Fatui cause mass panic, so Traveler confronts Child at the Golden House, where apparently Rex Lapis's body is being
The fan
stored.
art is there. I
Child
see that
reaches
you
into
are
Rex
have
Lapis's
taken
body to grab the
Ama's
Gnosis,
philosophy,
only for it to
Rainbow.
be done empty. A battle
I do agree with
ensues.
that, Kohi.
In an attempt
His
to
2D
force
art
the
is-
Geo
his
Archon to
2D
show
illustrations
himself
are way
and
better.
surrender the Geonosis, Child summons the sea god Ostyle, an ancient god that had tormented Liyue in the past. At this point, the Qixing and the Adepti
I forgot that Child was the one that did that.
Liyue from imminent danger.
Yeah, they really did paint the Fatui Harbingers as fucking monsters.
Traveler seeks out Zhongli and is surprised to find him with La Senora and child. Apparently, Zhongli is actually the Geo Archon Rex Lapis.
What?
He faked his own death and has been living amongst the humans as a consultant of the Wangsheng funeral parlor.
All these Archons just want to retire.
Part of a contract with the Fatui, and also to test the people of Liyue to see if they can survive without an Archon's rule.
Oh my god. These Archons just don't want to do their damn job. I'm kidding.
Just imagine while the US is falling apart, Zhongli's just picking flowers for his own funeral.
That's crazy, actually.
Zhongli willingly surrenders his gnosis to the Fatui. Here's the state of Liyue after its Archon quests. Mora, the global currency of Teyvat, was being minted by the Geonosis. Now that Zhongli has surrendered the Gnosis to the Fatui, no new Mora is currently being minted. Zhongli admits that he didn't have an alternative plan for his resignation as an Archon and calls this a major issue from a financial standpoint. He literally just went, oops, and then just went into retirement. The Qixing now operates solely as the decision makers behind the US policies and regulations, with the Adepti stepping back to let humans do their own thing. Ningguang later rebuilds the Jade Chamber during the interlude chapter, The Crane Returns on the Wind. The Fatui have 2 out of 7 gnosis.
Crazy.
Surely though, since we've helped 2 nations with their problems and Zhongli seems to be old and wise, he must know a thing or two about our missing alien sibling, right?
Doesn't know shit.
Well, he doesn't, and Zhongli tells Traveler and Paimon to head over to Inazuma since news of his death will cause the Electro Archon to move on forward with her plans. Now, if you want to go to Natlan, you can now after getting to this point in the main storyline.
I kind of forgot that like all of the like they do give a reasoning as to why you go to that next nation. Yeah, I forgot about that. I honestly at one point just thought that Traveler was like, well, we've been to this nation, nothing here. Let's go to the next one and the next one. And then like I had forgotten that they gave them a reason to. It's like there was some writing, some way, shape, or form that is like, oh, actually you should go check out Liyue. You might get an answer there from this Archon. Or it's like, oh, yeah, Inazuma, plans be brewing if you don't head over there. Huh? What does that mean? It's like war. What?
5.0 makes it possible for new players to go to Natlan right after Liyue.
Damn. All those skippers, here you are.
To the next region in chronological order of release. Inazuma is ruled by the Electro Archon A, and the Raiden Shogun is the
most
stoic
anime
puppet
of
Jesus
all of
vessel.
the
it's
Archon
kinda
quests.
Like her persona. In the past year, Inazuma has been in isolationism due to the Sakoku Decree. Violent windstorms around the region make sea travel nearly impossible.
I appreciate
There's also a
Meanslift
vision
trying
hunt
to
decree in effect to
accurately say the
all
names.
visions from vision holders. Those who don't turn in their visions would be punished. For some reason, due to diplomatic immunity, the Fatui are able to freely enter the country.
Crazy.
Arguably, out of the region so far, Inazuma is in the worst socio-political condition. Aside from the Electro Archon, Inazuma is also led by the Tri-Commission, 3 organizations that oversee various
Sorry,
matters.
that statue.
More than
I
half
remember
the
that.
members are actually corrupt. Inazuma is also in the middle of a civil war waged against the Electro Archon by the Sangonomiya clan. Yikes. Traveler and Paimon get to Inazuma safely with the help.
Nah, you can see the difference between like Inazuma and like you can see the difference in Inazuma and like Liyue and Mondstadt, like vanilla Liyue and Mondstadt, right? And it's so funny because it really do be, and in chat, like, it really do be the difference between like the folks who wear glasses will understand this. It's like looking if you're nearsighted or farsighted, and you know you're not wearing your glasses, so you have to be like, oh, that quality is it's all right. And then you put on your glasses and you're like, whoa, everything's in 4K. That's what it feels like. That's what the jump from Mondstadt Liyue to Inazuma is. Like that's just how it feels.
Help of Beidou and Kazuha, and are put under the care of Toma. He introduces
Toma!
Kamisato clan's princess, Kamisato Ayaka, who upon hearing Traveler's deeds in Mondstadt and Liyue...
Okay, I will say some of these textures are definitely from the mobile. Because they were not... The quality... The video that Meanslift is using is constantly changing quality.
Toma's apprehended by the Tenryu Commission, and the Electro Archon herself will separate him from his vision. Traveler and Paimon attempt to rescue him, but are overwhelmed by her power.
It just looks so good.
The Tatsumi Island for safety and work with Kokomi and the Resistance Group. The Fatui and the corrupt members of the Tri-Commission
Not
have been working
Tepe!
together to
Oh!
weigh down the Resistance army.
I forgot
Fatui
about
have been
Tepe.
secretly funneling in delusions to the Resistance warriors.
Oh,
and
yeah,
these
Hat
delusions
Guy.
are basically off-brand knockoff visions which deplete the wearer's life force over time, subsequently killing them. Traveler wants
Jesus.
revenge and attempts to destroy the delusion factory, but he's efficiently stopped by Fatui Harbinger Scaramouche.
Okay, can I be dead ass? I forgot he was a Fatui Harbinger. I 100% forgot he was a Fatui Harbinger. We've just called him Hat Guy for so long, I completely forgot.
He's rescued by Yaimiko, the head of the Narukami Shrine. As the Electro Archon's familiar, she's aware of her weaknesses and trains Traveler in the ways of beating the Raiden Shogun. Also, as her familiar, Yaimiko was tasked with
I got
protecting the
wiped, bro.
Electronosis.
I literally
In
am
order
from
to spare
Sumeru.
Traveler, Yaimiko
I
bargained with
forgot.
Scaramouche, Traveler's life in exchange for the Electronosis. Obviously, Scaramouche agrees. With the help of Yaimiko, Traveler is able to turn some commission members to their side by exposing the more corrupt members' involvement with the Fatui. The Fatui's plan was to destabilize Inazuma and create a market for their delusions, and they achieved this by bribing both the Tenryu and Kanjo commissions. The group proceeds to bring their findings to the Raiden Shogun, but surprisingly find her with Fatui Harbinger La Signora. For kicking Venti, taking the Gnosis from Zhongli Harabuji, and all the atrocities committed in Inazuma, Traveler challenges La Signora to a duel. The loser is killed by the Raiden Shogun's Musen no Hitatachi. So, bye-bye, La Signora, I guess.
Hey, that's crazy. I can't believe you're saying this. There's still a chance! Guys, don't listen to her! There's still a chance! She'll be playable!
I wanted her to be playable so badly, and now I just feel bad for the poor Fatui intern that had to collect her with the dustpan.
Damn! Why is Means live meaner than I am?
The Electro Archon A reveals that she was aware of the Fatui's meddling in Inazuma and allowed it because it posed no threat to her ideals of eternity, in which everything stays the same forever. During the Cataclysm 500 years ago, her dearest friends and sister, the previous Electro Archon, were killed. Since she suffered so much loss from the process of progress, her solution was to keep herself and Inazuma locked in a state of eternity. Traveler challenges her to a duel, and with Yaimiko's persuasion, the Electro Archon A surrenders.
This was so anime. I remember when dude, it was so good. Like, I just remember it being the most anime thing I remember, and I was like, damn. Good times. Good fucking times.
This is the state of Inazuma after the Archon quests. The Vision Hunt Decree is abolished and visions are returned to their rightful owners. The Vision Decree is lifted later during Raiden Shogun's Act 2 story quest, causing an influx of visitors and trade to the country.
Yeah! Trade! Vision! I can see now, chat. Is a vision.
The corrupt Kanjo and Tenryu commissioners are arrested for their involvement with the Fatui. A later finds new resolve as a leader, and she begins to play a more active role in Inazuma's policy.
Good.
Inazuma seems to be moving towards a more progressive future post.
The one Archon that stayed to do their job.
3 out of 7 Gnosis. Yaimiko encourages Traveler and Paimon to go to Sumeru, and this is where the Inazuma Archon quests end. Sumeru is the land of plants and knowledge, and it's led by the Dendra Archon Kusanali.
The best region ever! Huh? Yes? Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Copium? Alright.
The God of Wisdom. Sumeru Academia is Teyvat's largest known academic center and functions as the nation's governing body.
Not the R&R quest, though? I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Disciplinary officers for the academia and enforce the institute's integrity. The Eremites are a loosely organized mercenary corps in the Sumeru desert that accept commissions from various organizations.
Nah, I am biased as fuck, but the Sumeru designs are some of my favorite, if not my favorite,
which was invented by
in
the
all the
previous
games.
Dendro Archon Rukkhadevata, and the system is currently being powered by the Dendro Gnosis and managed by the academia. The people of Sumeru are connected to all the information in the Akasha system via the Akasha terminals. For some reason, the people of Sumeru don't have the ability to dream.
There's nothing wrong in Sumeru.
It's kind of sad. The leading sages of the academia.
Sumeru was amazing, but Fontaine was immaculate. I'll give you that. Story-wise, for sure.
As a result, Kusanali lives in seclusion and has very little control over the affairs of Sumeru. Those with faith in Kusanali are very few, and this development has caused the corrupt sages of the academia to have free reign. Sumeru is affected by the withering, corruption that happened after a ruler named King Deshret introduced forbidden knowledge to his people.
Not forbidden knowledge!
Is a type of wisdom that comes from outside of Teyvat. The withering causes areas of the land to rapidly deteriorate and decay, and the effect on humans is a disease known as Elazar, whose symptoms include the hardening of one's skin until fatigue, nerve damage, and finally necrosis occurs,
causing permanent immobility. Are you Sinos VA?
Traveling Paimon arrived to Sumeru City with help of Tugnati and Kale.
Whoa. How did you say his name? Ignati? Is that what you said?
Causing permanent immobility. Traveler and Paimon arrived to Sumeru City with help of Tugnati and Kale.
Tugnati and... Whoa.
Trying to see the Dendro Archon is going to be difficult, so they get the help of Dunyarzad and her guardian Dihya. Dunyarzad is a rare follower of Kusanali and has volunteered to organize this year's Subseru's Festival, a celebration dedicated to Kusanali's birthday. The festival is later shut down by the Grand Sage of the Academia.
Man, fuck the Grand Sage!
Where everyone
I hate that guy!
The same day over and over again. A girl named Nahida reveals herself to be the Dendro Archon Kusanali and exposes the mass dream harvest scheme. Everyone has been trapped in a samsara, a constant loop of the day of the Subseru's festival. Everyone's Akasha terminals were being used by the academia to farm the dreams of the people of Sumeru.
Yeah, Google.
The process works by separating one's consciousness and placing it into a host dream, which in this case happens to be Nilu's dream.
Chat, look, Primo Gem. Chat, Primo Gem. Chat, Primo Gem. You will subscribe to twitch.tv/Cyyuvtuber and Cyyuvods on YouTube. Primo Gem, subscribe now. Go ahead, give them subs. Primo Gem, do it now. Primo Gem. Oh.
Nilu's the host. The now vacant dream gets harvested at the end of every samsara cycle or loop. But why dreams? Nahida notes that dreams are rich
thank you for the sub, Lieutenant Dad.
The mind is most active when dreaming. However, this constant state of dreaming causes fatigue. In order to stop the samsara, they have to wake up Nilu. The mass dream harvest scheme was an experiment.
Anonymous, thank you for the 10 gift. Primo Gem.
Started by Fatui Harbinger Il Dottore and a promise
to is so cool.
With a new god, superior to Nahida. The vessel for this new god is fellow Harbinger Scaramouche, who has the Electronosis from Inazuma.
Hey, Cutie Holda, thank you for the 7 months.
Defeat the newly born god Scaramouche and remove the Electronosis powering his new form. Scaramouche is taken into Nahida's custody and recovers in a secret location in the meantime.
All right, we murdered him.
Both the Dendro and Electronosis, Nahida and Traveler access the previous Dendro Archon's final memory for her wisdom to help them fix Sumeru's.
I just realized something. Very Treebios. Anyway.
Entire situation.
It's not, but it just gave me that vibe.
Created Nahida as a branch from the Irminsul tree to serve as her next reincarnation. During the Cataclysm, Rukkhadevata was tasked with the huge job of protecting the Irminsul from the withering/abyssal corruption. The Irminsul tree is a database for all information and memories of Teyvat. So whatever happened in the world and who existed in it will all be recorded in the Irminsul. Unfortunately, Rukkhadevata is affected by the withering, and in order to clear the corruption and save the Irminsul tree as well as Sumeru and potentially all of Teyvat, Nahida needs to remove all traces.
Why do all trees of knowledge have this? The rot. This Star Rail with their fucking tree in Amphorius. What's going on here?
Of Rukkhadevata's corrupted existence and memories in the Irminsul. It's a
because cancer. Moment. Fair enough. I'm sorry. Never mind. You're right. Fuck cancer.
But Nahida finally obliges. The Irminsul is restored and the withering completely goes away, meaning all people suffering from Elazar are cured.
My bad.
The entire world essentially forgets Rukkhadevata, and only Traveler remembers her since they're not part of this world.
Correct.
Changes to the Irminsul only seem to affect people that are of Teyvat. Il Dottore negotiates with Nahida for the Dendro and Electronosis, and through this exchange, Nahida learns the truth of this world, which is the fact that the stars and skies of Teyvat are a lie.
Chicken Little, the sky is not real.
Here's the state of Sumeru after the Archon quests. No one in the world remembers Rukkhadevata, and Nahida is worshipped and believed to be the only Dendro Archon.
I mean,
Nahida
in a way.
Oversees all matters.
Look, Sino, there I am, chat!
Affairs in Sumeru.
I voice him. I'm not him. Just clarifying.
The Akasha system was shut down as a result of it no longer being powered by the Dendronosis, and as a result, the people of Sumeru can experience dreams again.
That is crazy that Meansliff, I know that this is a TLDR, did not mention Sino, Hatham, Kaveh, Dia, Candace. The whole plan to stop the Great Sage was not mentioned at all. That's actually crazy. Also, the fact that they didn't mention that we beat the shit out of the Great Sage, a little disappointed it wasn't in there. I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted that in there.
The withering was eradicated from Sumeru, meaning no more withering zones and no more Elazar. Scaramouche tries to remove his prior existence from the Irminstol in Rugatavata style, but comes back into existence as Wanderer. The Fatui Harbingers have an empty 6th spot that's been vacant for years, as Scaramouche technically never existed. The Fatui have 4 out of 7 Gnosis. The next nation Traveler and Paimon go to is Fontaine, which is...
So here's my one thing about Sumeru. I feel like with the first quest with Sumeru, I think it overstayed its welcome. I do wish it would have been a little bit faster, and I feel like a lot more people would have had a better taste in people's. It would have had a better taste in people's mouths. The never-ending Sumer some Seru's festival, right? They just said it. But yeah, the Samsara. That's why. The final acts are great, though. Right, the payoff is great, but I just think it was a little too slow. And I feel like Fontaine did that a little bit better, if I recall right. Anyway, well, we'll see. I just know that Fontaine was Ace Attorney, which is great.
Is ruled by the Hydro Archon, a seemingly pompous pamplemousse named Farina.
I can't believe I called this shit too. I remember I called this shit for like, bro, I was on it. My theory crafting was on fire.
And the tiniest infractions are considered crimes that come with severe punishment. The Maréchaussée Phantom is a nation's law enforcement.
All right.
Individuals are judged in the court of Fontaine, and
You
although
definitely practiced that
overseen by
one.
the Iudex Nouvellette, the final verdict is given by the
Nouvellette. Then Elise called him now. Bam, 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 bam. What a classic meme. What a fucking classic. You know, it's a great meme when the band's TikTok repost that shit. That was classic. The fact that Queen did that shit on TikTok was fire.
Hydro Archon to convert people's belief in justice into indemnitium, which is the nation's unique energy source. However, Fontaine has been facing an energy crisis, and the threat
Fontaine
of destruction looms over the nation.
Great Archon
An
quest.
ancient prophecy has caused panic amongst the citizens.
Everything after the Archon quest I thought was like a little meh.
Fontaine are born with sin that cannot be absolved. The waters will rise, and all the people will be drowned and dissolved. During this great flood, the sins of the people will be washed away. Only the Hydro Archon
Jesus.
will remain, weeping on her throne. The Fontaine Archon quest can be broken up into 3 major acts: the Murder Mystery Act, the Prison Act, and the Final Act.
Prison Art, it was meh. Yeah, I said it. It was kind of okay. Risley's cool. Wish we got more of them. But Torches of Meropede was okay. No one likes the prison. I mean, who does like prison? Am I right, guys? Not the prisoners, I'll tell you that. Anyway.
In the Murder Mystery Act, a serial killer is going around.
God, the Murder Mystery Act was so fun.
Women. Apparently, the people from Fontaine
That's crazy, Archie.
are built different, and water from a place called the Primordial
I'm not even
Sea
reading
can
your
kill them
response.
/ dissolve them. The 3 suspects are Linny, Child, and a man named Marcel. Linny is cleared of all charges, and it just
who do you
so
think it is,
happens he was
guys?
in the wrong place at the wrong time. We also learned that Linny and his siblings
was Marcel.
worked for the Fatui Harbinger Arlecchino and the House of the Hearth.
Oh.
Marcel is revealed to be the serial killer and had done so as an
Who would've
experiment to bring back his dead wife, who had accidentally dissolved in the Primordial Sea. The Oratrice charges Marcel as guilty for dissolving Fontainean women, but for some reason it also charges Child guilty of the crime as well, even though he's clearly innocent. Nouvellette apprehends Child, and Child is sent to the Fortress of Meropide, the national prison. This is where we enter the Prison Act. Fatui Harbinger Arlecchino bargains with Nouvellette to secure the safety of Child. However, shortly after being incarcerated in the Fortress of Meropide, Child has suddenly gone missing. Traveler and Paimon are sent to Meropide to investigate Child's disappearance.
I forgot about that.
In doing so, we learn that Child is in the Primordial Sea with an abyssal narwhal. The Fortress of Meropide was built by the previous Hydro Archon Egeria in order to seal the Primordial Sea. This abyssal narwhal has been harnessing the power of the Primordial Sea and has caused tremors throughout the land. The Primordial Sea starts leaking and is quickly sealed by Nouvellette. Unfortunately, the tremors and leakage of the Primordial Sea have destroyed parts of Fontaine, namely Poussin, where Nivea and Zula live. My Twitch chat keeps asking for this, so I'll do it once here. Navia! This unfortunate incident causes mass casualties. R.I.P. Silver and Maloose, man. This
Oh, not Silver and Maloose! I forgot! No! Oh my god, I hate it here. The 2 NPCs in this entire game that are possibly my favorite. Look, Tepe's great, but fuck, Maloose and Silver Dog. They were the best. Fuck yeah, dude.
To get the truth behind the prophecy. Now on to the final act. After uncovering ancient ruins, the group spot a mural related to the prophecy. However, a slate from the mural appears to be missing. Asking Furina about the prophecy slates causes her to become emotional, and she flees, claiming to know nothing about it.
This was so good.
Furina's inability to save Poisson from the primordial waters causes doubt about her Archon status, and so she's put on trial for being a fake Archon.
God, it was such a good quest.
Tried and tested,
such a good Archon quest.
She doesn't even have power over the hydro element. In fact, her abilities are very much in line with a normal visionless human. The final verdict goes out, and the Oratrice declares the Hydro Archon guilty, with her offense punishable by death, even though the trial just proved that Furina was not the Hydro Archon. Flamina appears, having retrieved the missing prophecy slate from the ruins, and this is the true story. In the ancient past, Oceanids served as the loyal subjects of the previous Hydro Archon Egeria. These Oceanids had a deep desire to be human, and so Egeria used the power of the Primordial Sea to turn Oceanids into the Fontainians. The primordial water reverts the transformation, hence why only Fontainians dissolve when they come into contact with it.
Correct.
This was a massive no-no to Celestia, who declared that the Hydro Archon and her people would be punished for their sins. The abyssal narwhal suddenly appears, and Neuvillette as well as Child fight to hold it back. Meanwhile, the Oratrice is powering up.
It was such a good quest, chat!
Traveler rushes to Furina, and coming into contact with one of her tears sends both Traveler and Neuvillette into separate realms.
Such a good quest.
The true Hydro Archon, Focalor. After Egeria's death during the Cataclysm, Focalor ascended as the next Archon. In order to prevent the prophecy, she split herself into 2 parts. Her divine spirit remained as Focalor, and her human body became Furina. She placed a curse of immortality on Furina and instructed her to pretend to be the Hydro Archon in order to avoid Celestia's gaze.
It was
Furina played this role painfully for 500 years. Meanwhile, Focalor was accumulating massive amounts of indemnitium from the Oratrice in preparation to give Celestia the biggest middle finger of all time. All of the nation's stored indemnitium would be used to kill herself, thereby destroying the Hydro Throne.
In the game, Twitch and YouTube and TikTok, in the game!
This is the biggest screw you to Celestia, since it means there can no longer be a Hydro Archon after this. Ever. In the ancient past, Teyvat's original species were the dragons and their rulers, the 7 sovereigns. A god known as the Primordial One defeated the sovereigns, colonized the land for humans, and the power over the elements would much later be distributed among the 7 Archons. Neuvillette is actually the successor of the Hydro Dragon Sovereign. This means that by killing herself and the Hydro Throne, the power over the Hydro element will be returned to Neuvillette. With his full power restored, Neuvillette absolves the sin of all Fontainians. Neuvillette and Traveler enter the Primordial Sea to finally defeat the all-devouring Narwhal. The Child's Master Skirk informs them that the Narwhal has unfortunately already done damage to the nation due to it rocking the Primordial Sea during their fight. The Great Flood happens, but due to Neuvillette absolving the people of their sin, no one dissolves. Everyone is saved by the Fontaine cast. Honorable mention for Riesli's ship. This is Fontaine after the Archon quest.
Riesli's Ark.
The nation rebuilds very soon after the Great Flood. Furina leaves the Opera Epiclese and lives away from the public eye. Even though she was technically never the real Hydro Archon, the citizens still have a lot of respect for her. Neuvillette promises that she will be taken care of, and she later receives her Hydro Vision. Neuvillette is now in charge of Fontaine. Child is MIA after his master Skirk threw him into a portal. In exchange for helping the people of Poisson and aiding Fontaine's reconstruction,
the Arlecchino stuff too.
Arlecchino is granted the Hydronosis by Neuvillette. As of now, the Fatui have 5 out of 7 noses.
Oh, fucking smash. God, this woman. Father, have mercy on me, Jesus. Sorry. It's been a while, chat. It's been a while.
The Nation of War, where we might run into Fatui Harbinger Capitano. Now, before I give you a quick overview about what Natlan's plot currently looks like...
Oh! Well, that's cheating!
What happened to our sibling?
Oh, yeah, tell me, please, because I need this. Dude, nah. Dude, alright, no. Going through this summary, just that, I'm like, look, I love Sumeru, and obviously I have a bias towards Sumeru. Fontaine's Archon Quest. Look, I feel like Fontaine's Archon Quest was really strong, but I feel like everything after Fontaine was a little rough, other than the Arlecchino stuff. I feel like it was a little bit on the slower stuff, and I remember that was a thing. But I feel like Sumeru's Archon Quest was good, not as good as Fontaine, but I feel like Sumeru did have a lot of cool events after the fact. I mean, they also introduced Genius Invocation TCG, which, take it or leave it, it was really cool, especially at the time. Anyway, God, Fontaine's Archon Quest was so good.
We find out there are a series known as the Traveler Archon quests. These quests are kind of intermission quests which give you lore about the overarching story of Genshin, nations aside. It's some of my favorite quests for obvious reasons, so here's a summary of the information we learned from it. 500 years ago, the nation of Conria was destroyed allegedly by Celestia.
This music?
At its prime, Conria was an underground civilization extremely advanced in technology and alchemy. The unique thing about this nation was that it had no god or archon. When Conria was destroyed, a lot of the surviving citizens joined the Abyss Order, the faction that momentarily turned to Valen evil during the Mondstadt storyline.
I remember that was such a huge reveal. We all thought it was so cool.
Oh my god! For the fall of Conria.
I don't know where that vision is from, but damn!
A rare Conrian.
That was a cool cutscene.
Indisputable best character in all of Genshin Impact. Dainsleif.
Indisputable. Meansleif. That is so goddamn cap. Her name is, I know her name is Meansleif, but that is so fucking cap. There's no fucking shot. He's not wrong. I disagree.
He's basically a walking treasure trove of lore, and it's through these quests that we learn some important information. Our sibling is the prince/princess of the Abyss Order. They witnessed the fall of Conria 500 years ago and traveled Teyvat with Dainsleif until they split and our sibling joined the Abyss Order. The Abyss Order has been trying things from reviving dead gods to potentially creating a device that has the power to rewrite fate itself.
Oh my
our
god.
Sibling appears to be headstrong in their goal to lead the Abyss Order to victory, and the last time we see them is in the Fontaine Archon Quest bedtime story.
It was such a good quest, and it pissed me off that they forgot everything. The fact that they didn't remember a single moment of this pissed me off. Still pisses me off to this day.
They encourage travelers to complete their journey first, and apparently after that, we'll fully understand their motives. Maybe. This is the current state of the Natlan plot. Natlan is called the Nation of War because across thousands of years of its history, it's been at war with the Abyss.
What? Oh, I didn't know that.
The Abyss has invaded an area known as the Night Kingdom, and they now have access to Natlan's entire history and memories.
That's actually fire.
Because of this, Natlan is speculated to have less than a year before it's finally destroyed by the Abyss.
Well, I can tell you right now, having played none of it, they just have a summer event, and I think they're good. I think they're fine. They're doing a Splatoon event right now about fucking painting houses and shit. I think Natlan is fine.
Capitano is most likely here in Natlan to challenge the Archon for the Pyronosis.
You don't say.
As a quick side note, the Abyss Order is a faction that follows the call of the Abyss. The Abyss alone is a malignant entity and can operate independently from the Order. It has its own will. So of course, it's up to our dutiful traveler in Paimon to come to Natlan's rescue. And this is a story of Genshin Impact so far before version 5.0 releases.
There it is.
If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a follow, and I'll see you on the next video.
I'll leave you a like for the simple leaf a like. Boom. Well, that has been...
I'm your leafy lorekeeper Meansleif, and I read the Genshin Impact lore so that you don't have to.
Hey guys, do you think... Do we think that, man, I really wonder why Meansleif said that thing about Dainsleif being the indisputable best character in the fucking Genshin Impact. I wonder what it could be. The marriage? Anyway, that is the state of, that is where we're at. So for those of you who are not aware, we being me, haven't started the Natlan quest. So that is why we watched this, and it was quite informative. It was good. It was a good refresher, which honestly kind of needed, and I'm really glad I watched it. I noticed that the Sumeru quest, the Sumeru part had the Okay, I know that it says the longest, but let's be honest, that felt really short compared to everybody else. I don't know. Maybe Sumeru just has way too many cool moments. Obviously, I'm biased because I voiced Sino. But anyway, I hope this video helped you. I hope that rewatching this, even though this is technically a year outdated, helped in some way, shape, or form. We will be playing through Natlan on stream. So if you guys want to watch those live, make sure to go to twitch.tv/Cyyuvtuber. If you can't make it to the live streams, make sure to go to the Cyyuvvods channel and subscribe there, where they'll all be uploaded after the fact. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think is the indisputable best character in all of Genshin Impact? And if you don't say Sino, you fucking hate me. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, check us out live on twitch.tv/Cyyuvtuber, and I will see you in the next one.